Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 456. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Hakuna Matata.
What's up? Welcome, guys. Tony is not going to join us tonight. He's unfortunately has to work, or he's not working. He's out. So personal stuff. So we'll be doing our spoiler cast of Stranger Things next week.
Right.
So look for that. I still have one episode left. As I was telling Mike before, I didn't realize the last episode's an hour and a half. So I turned it on at 11:30.
20-ish.
Yeah, I turned it on at at 11:30 last night, and I was like, "Oh shit, I can't watch this right now." So because I have to work I had to work this morning, so I'll be watching it after this podcast. So I'll be finishing it up. So I got one. Basically, if you want to get into what we've been up to, that's I've been watching some Stranger Things. I'm on episode 8. So far, personally, just giving you no spoiler impressions. I like this season better than 2, but not as much as 1. I haven't finished it yet, so this could be downward trending with the finale. Who knows? But I have had one thing sort of spoiled for me, thanks to Screen Rant. If you ever go to that website, I'll just call them out for this. They have terrible headlines.
Headlines
and I can't.
And thumbnails.
The problem is they have so much news content on there. Unlike
what we should do though is we should do a topic on spoilers one of these days.
Oh yeah, we should, because are they really spoilers? If you have no idea what it means,
we'll explore it a little bit because some of these outlets, that's how they make their money. They make their money on spoiling things. So
it drums up controversy.
The conversation, there's people that are diehards and watch it, first day, binge it. They want to talk about it. It's interesting. A topic. We should probably do that.
Yeah. So I watched a lot of that. Enjoying the season. Certain characters not so much, but some characters a lot. We'll get into that.
I'm pretty sure that we talked about Billy being the Red Ranger in season 2, when we were talking about season 2.
Oh yeah, I think we did.
I'm almost positive. Yeah. I think Mike and Tony were like, I didn't know he was the Red Ranger.
I'm pretty certain we did. I don't know, but
I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah,
I didn't care about that movie at all.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. It really wasn't. So whatever. So I watched that. I also watched Fighting with My Family, which is wrestling, the WWE movie on Page.
Nick Frost, right?
Yeah, Nick Frost, who was great in it. It actually had some good feels moments, you're like, ooh, the feels going on here. It was it was good. The Rock was good in it.
Vince Vaughn
was excellent in it. I haven't seen a Vince Vaughn role like this in a while that I actually liked.
Hacksaw Ridge was really good in.
Yes, that was the last one I've seen. And the problem is he probably hasn't done one in between, but I've seen other movies with him in it, and I just didn't think he looked terrible in it. He actually looked good in this movie. He lost weight. He looks good. Yeah. Seriously, he didn't look good last time I saw him. So I enjoyed this movie quite a bit, actually. It really shows the struggles. I don't know how much of it is real, but they did show a home video of her at the end of stuff they based it off of.
Well, there is a whole over an hour maybe long documentary on Paige's life, and that's what I think this movie was based on. Yeah,
so it is based on that. So it's obviously there's probably dramatic moments and stuff they've enhanced, but to make it a storyline. But It was good. So, and I also saw a bunch of Voltron. I have 2 episodes left of that. Almost done with Voltron. I'm enjoying that still, sort of. It's something I put on at work, and I can kind of watch it while working on a laptop or something. And what else? I've watched a bunch. I'm trying to think on Hulu what I was watching actually recently. Shit. This is the worst part. I always remember afterwards. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for me. Mike, what have you been up to?
I've only watched there's a new season of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld.
I saw that advertised today.
So I watched 2 or 3 of those.
Okay.
With Ricky Gervais again, who he does a few times. Then there was Eddie Murphy, which is kind of a big deal. He hasn't been with them before. And
Eddie Murphy's getting back into the spotlight a little bit.
Yeah, they were talking about it. He's considering coming back to do some stand up again after a big hiatus.
He's been not a hiatus. He's had a stage fright, massive. He's been getting the therapist help with all this for years.
Technically, it is a hiatus still.
Sure, it's because he can't perform in front of a camera.
I don't think that's real. I feel like that was some over blown quote taken a little far, but I don't know. Anyway, so that was fun. That's one of the Netflix shows that I do watch when it's new. It takes forever for them to come up with new seasons, but that's about it, though. I haven't watched anything else.
Yeah, I didn't get to finish. The other thing I started watching, but I did not finish it yet today, was Batman versus Turtles. So yeah, I only got like 25 minutes into it. So it's interesting animation so far. You know, at first I really thought it was Conroy doing the voice. Like when Batman first spoke, I was like, "Ooh, is that Conroy?" And then I'm like, and he's talking more. I'm like, nope, that's not Kevin Conroy. But he did a really good impression of him, like really good. But Mike, you read the comic. Have you seen the animated yet?
No. I don't know. I'm not going to get it on its own. Is it going to be on?
It'll be on DC Universe at some point.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's added to the list when it's ready for me on that channel. I might get it.
They just renewed a bunch of stuff we'll get into here, which is good because I was saying before, maybe falsely now, that is a failing commodity there.
We'll see though, because of the whole purchasing of Time Warner and stuff. So things could change. You know, the Max.
Yeah,
taking it to the max with HBO.
Yes, Corey, what have you been watching? Anything?
I've been watching a lot of anime actually, because I got a trial of Crunchyroll just like 2 weeks and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So I finished the of what they had, like the 2 seasons of The Rising of a Shield Hero, which I think is pretty good. I am looking forward to seeing what they do next with it. And then because I haven't actually watched it, the 3rd season of Shogugeki, the Food Wars anime.
It's out?
Well, on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but
I gotta watch that. Yeah, cool. I mean, I forget about that series, like because it goes.
Yeah.
The problem with anime is like it's the same thing with My Hero, with One Punch Man. It went on such a long break that I was just like, I lose interest and I move on.
I think that's with anything though. You know, like even like Shield. I'm like, whatever.
The 100. Look at the 100. I haven't watched that in a while. That was a long break too. But go on.
But yeah, so get third plate, they call it. It's good. It's continuing the story and adding a new element to a new villain, I guess you could say, to it. So it's mixing it up a little bit. I enjoy it. It's good stuff. Still do the whole like, eat the food and your clothes blow off stuff, which is hilarious still.
Yes, yeah. That's always good.
That's pretty much.
All right.
Pretty much
it. So let's go to the box office before we get into Comic-Con. That is basically our topic tonight, is Comic-Con, because there is so much to go over with this. But the box office, there is so much to talk about with animated being reanimated. The Lion King bringing in 185, which is remarkable. This is Disney's just. It's like let's take the same story. We don't have to do anything. The storyboards are done, and just reanimate it.
What's crazy is
blame Shakespeare to the first storyboards anyway.
Well, he definitely put the outline there for it.
Hamlet, he did. Right? He did. Yes, Hamlet. That's right.
I mean, but as far as these movies have gone, Dumbo's you could say is a flop. No pun intended.
Yes. I almost watched that. We were going through the movies to pick, and we chose Fighting with My Family instead of Dumbo. But because we had a movie, it was so hot this weekend, we didn't want to go outside on Sunday, so it was a movie day. So
I mean. What I was going to say is like regardless of the Lion King, I'm shocked at how well it did, and I think Aladdin. I'm surprised that's going to make $1 billion. Aladdin.
Yes, it will, which is crazy.
I mean, we did sort of predict last year that like potentially a lot of these movies could have been like Beauty and the Beast level type things, and this one is. This one's
this is another one
bigger.
Yeah, well, it should be.
What's crazy too is like there's a lot of backlash as far as like the animation and things like that.
There were people that are upset that they I guess they changed things on some parts, and but they had changed it apparently in the animated as well. I read that they had changed it, like it wasn't the same as what people remember. They actually changed it silently when it went to DVD or something like that.
They George Lucas did.
Yeah, and they didn't tell anybody about it. So I don't know. I just feel like
that's the thing that happens when you go almost scene for scene with a movie and remake it. Whenever you do change, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So
yeah, I mean, I want to see them do Sword in the Stone next. I would love to see that.
I don't know. You might be waiting for that one.
I think that makes sense. It's a live action. It could be a live action very easily. Unlike if they do what would be next? Like what would be next? You can't do Robin Hood. What are you going to reanimate Robin Hood CG?
We're looking at mostly
newer,
90s things lately. So we got we had the Beauty and the Beast. We have I mean,
Well,
you don't need to
Dumbo
do
is
too
not new at all.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. That one's a little obscure for them. You might get like a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
We could.
I mean, already got a version of that was not very.
I forgot what we're looking at. They actually, I think they teased what was coming next, and I don't remember what it was actually now. See if I can look it up live. But yeah, 185. 185. Far From Home did 21.1 million. Toy Story 4, 14.7.
Toy Story 4 is its own Disney's 90s remake.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yes. And then Crawl, and then Yesterday. Those are your top 5. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's opening this week. Dude, Corey, we should go see that.
I'd love to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Let's see. We got to figure this out. But the problem is Thursdays for you is when you're free, and now I bowl Thursday nights, so it's like that's my problem.
Thursday's the best day for me.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we can find time at some point, but I want to go see it. And I know my girlfriend's not going to go see it. So like that's I want to see it. Now, if I don't see it with you, I might go see it. I'm going on a trip out to Western Pennsylvania, which is in the middle of nowhere, and I have the free tickets, so I might go see it then. So that's what happened last year. I went out there and I was like, guys, I'm going to see a movie, and like 4 people came along with me, and they're like, that was fun. I'm like, yes, it is fun to go to see a movie. Anyway, so yeah, that's opening this week. It's not going to be Tarantino's last movie, for what I'm seeing, because it looks like Star Trek is happening. It's got so much hype. I mean, there's so much momentum right now with his idea. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's not official.
Without him?
I'm not officially. No, with it. Like, what do you mean with Tarantino?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like his idea. Like, do you think his idea like launches off the ground, but without him, maybe like they?
No, I think they get him to do it.
Bust.
It's his idea. They'll make him do it. That's the idea. So, and it's supposed to be in the Chris Pine universe, which is cool, but interesting. So rated R Star Trek. So I don't know. That's your box office. Let's get into the news. Is there anything not Comic-Con first? No.
I mean,
did anyone even look for anything?
Not really. I mean, no.
Non-Comic-Con?
There was post-Comic-Con things.
Right, posts, I would say. But
so yeah, but like basically the big thing was Comic-Con this week. And man, Marvel brought their like just dropping names of everything they could. And I don't know if we want to start with that, because before that there was like we got a Maverick, the Top Gun Maverick trailer came out. There was the Jay and Silent Bob remake.
Reboot.
Honestly, that one
reboot.
was the one I was most interested in seeing.
Well, my friend posted that on Facebook, and I just linked the Top Gun trailer, which looks actually fun. It looks like it's going to be a fun movie. I'm sorry, it does. Like Top Gun, nothing great. Like it was a good movie. Like it was one of those 80s classic movies to watch. And I get that they're going for that style here, and I think it'll work now because of that. I think it's like nostalgia. They're going to play into that. I think it's going to be fun. But I mean, Jay and Silent Bob is the same idea. I mean, they're doing the same thing. They're the remaster or reboot or whatever you want to call it. And it looks interesting. Then they had, let's see. Oh, my show, Star Trek Piccard, got announced. So before we get to Marvel, we're going over all this stuff, which Piccard looks great. And they actually confirmed that Jonathan Frakes was going to be in the show too as Riker, which means I'm going to get a little bit of my Star Trek Next Generation reunion. Yeah. So I'm pretty psyched for that. I don't know if they released. They haven't released it exactly yet. I know it's this fall on the CBS All Access. So, let's cover. Did you guys see the trailer for Watchmen?
Yeah, no. HBO. Show.
I think it could be good. I'm sorry. I think it could be good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Corey, if you give that content more time to develop, would it be good?
Possibly, yeah. That seems like it's going to focus on other things than what the movie did.
Yeah, but I think that's the right call. I think that's the right decision. I mean,
I'm curious. It's HBO, so I know that the production value will be there. So I'm definitely curious about it. That's as much as I can. I'm not hyped for it or anything. Definitely curious.
Curious, yes.
I'm more interested in The Boys than I am in Watchmen.
The Boys looks good this next week. That's a couple days from now. 3 days. 3 days actually this week. That comes out Friday. So cool. I'm checking that out. I'll be watching that Saturday. I'm going to a Mets game Friday night. So unfortunately, but they were cheap tickets. So $15 bottom row seats. I mean, That's how bad they are.
They're giving them away.
They are. It was 80% off.
Hmm.
So let's see. Terminator Dark Fate. We'll see Edward Furlong coming back as John Connor. That was announced at Comic-Con. That was huge.
I'm surprised. I think that would have been cool if it was
a secret,
a surprise.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where
it looks like that's what they wanted to do, but then they just changed their mind.
Yeah, so it's like I know you want to have that big Comic-Con spotlight. Like, I mean, when it's Comic-Con, you want that headline, you want those headlines, you want that big news to come out and to dominate. But that would have been cool to see. Like, if you went to the theater and was like, "Oh shit, here he is."
Yeah.
Although, like, I don't know if people would actually recognize him at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I had to look him up what he looks like because I don't know what he looks like anymore.
I have a feeling I don't know what it looks like either, but I'm guessing it's kind of weird.
Sure,
probably.
Yep. Yeah, so that was interesting that they brought that back. And let's see. I think they confirmed that it will be R-rated. They're going for the R rating on Terminator finally.
That's good.
I think we should need to do in a Terminator film. I think trying to make it PG.
Terminator. I mean, it's about trying to kill someone.
So,
come on.
Any hype for this thing, guys? I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a little bit.
Yeah. So we did a hype ranking for it.
I don't think I hype ranked it, but I'm more onto it now than I was before. So
okay. I'm gonna go look this up as you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think going for the R rating is great. I think that bringing back John Connor is huge, which clearly he's not the main person in this, which is going to be interesting because it's always been about John Connor.
Yeah, I gave it a 2 and you gave it a 1.
Okay, so I did. Okay, I'm at a 1. That's where I'm at. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So we'll see. I also have news on The Walking Dead, Mike. Do we all care? But Michonne is leaving the show now too.
Everyone is going to leave the show. I did see this like as a bullet point, and I'm like, well, okay, it's not surprising because we're talking about people who have done
this. They're doing these movies too. It's like,
I don't know. It's The Walking Dead, like literally.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's time to end the show.
It really enough to see itself become what it hates the most.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have. Besides Marvel, DC. We have DC. I almost skipped over it accidentally. So the big news for me. This is Matt was ecstatic.
Brandon.
I said Brandon. Sorry, I said it quick.
Brian.
No, I said Brandon. Sorry, I said Brandon. It sounded like Brian. I'm sorry. I know Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh is going to be playing Superman one more time in Infinite Crisis. It looks like he will be a Kingdom Come version because he tore off his opened up his shirt and had the Kingdom Come upside with the Soviet Superman. So that's interesting. He gets to play Superman one more time in Infinite Crisis. Is he playing Ray Palmer as well in this?
Probably. He's been Ray Palmer.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, but
is Ray Palmer there anymore? Like,
I don't think he is.
It's been a while since I've seen these episodes.
I think he probably is. He was there a season and a half ago. The last time I checked.
Yeah, I mean, I have to watch all the crossover events before we get to Infinite Crisis because I want to. That's all I want to watch. Like, I'm not going to watch the shows.
Yeah, they're good enough on their own. You don't need to see anything else.
Yeah. So I'll watch those this summer, and then I'll be ready for Infinite Crisis. Because it sounds like it's going to be awesome. And if they could somehow pull off a Batman cameo too, they might be, it sounds like they're going all out here. They might be able to pull it out. It could be interesting. I mean, getting the last season of Arrow, you have some play, I think. And that's going to be interesting, but I think his character plays the Batman role. I think he's going to sacrifice himself, for Infinite Crisis. So isn't Darkseid the villain in Infinite Crisis?
What, the actual comic book?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
I thought he was because didn't he use some doomsday gun or something like that and shot Batman or something like that?
Possibly. I don't know if that was that story, but I know that happened.
I thought Batman got killed that way during. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I think having Brandon Routh play Superman again is pretty awesome. He did not do a bad job at it. He had a bad story. I thought he was a very good Clark Kent, more than he was Superman. But so what else? DC? Anything other DC? I don't think so. They weren't there. So we had predictions that we had made about DC that unfortunately couldn't come true.
There was a sort of a hint of what Tony said, but not quite. When someone interviewed Henry Cavill about the Witcher stuff he's actually doing. There was a bunch of Witcher stuff on it.
Oh, there was Witcher. Yeah.
And he's like, so you're him and you're Superman too. And he's like,
yeah.
So his reaction, everyone's like, oh, but I don't know.
He's not Superman anymore. No. It's not happening. So
I think that can be laid to rest at this point. There's no, sorry, something fell over. Yeah. There's no reason to like assume that he's gonna be a part of anything coming up. They just come out and say it at this point. Why?
I don't know. I think money could still happen.
I guess. I mean, that's the only reason I think that they haven't come out and said it. But like, then do the cameo in Shazam.
They didn't come up with the money then. That was the thing. They were negotiating.
Wasn't he contracted for it already? He already
has a contract. Yeah, he shot that scene. they cut him out.
Yeah.
So exactly. It was, depending on the negotiations of the contract, whether they're keeping him in. But he shot it already.
See, the thing is, like, now we've got 3 we know are staying, with a Flash apparently coming back. So why would you cut?
And just to clarify, Darkseid is not the villain in Infinite Crisis.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was probably getting screamed at by people listening to
this.
A
lot of different Infinites.
Okay, that's where I was messing that up. So what happened in Infinite Crisis? Who's the villain in that?
It's
everyone.
Luthor, Brother Eye, the Society, the Spectre, and Superboy Prime in the comics.
Ah, okay.
That sounds closer to the Injustice 2 storyline.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
I know somebody's going to yell at us. Like, you don't know.
But, on the other end, I'm actually interested in Netflix's Witcher since I've played 3.
It looks really good. It really does.
No, and they're gonna, absolutely.
And they promised us they're going to have a bathtub scene, guys. They promised it.
Got it.
Oh my goodness.
So,
I mean, if you did it in Superman, it's got to do it here.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's see. That's it for DC. Let's get into the Marvel bonanza that is this.
Yeah.
So Marvel has now laid out not all of Phase 4.
Well, that's the thing. That's what's interesting. I mean,
it's not really interesting. It's like semantics, but
no, I mean, I think because like when you looked at Phase 3, when they laid that out, a lot has changed when that came out. You didn't have. I think there were 3 movies that weren't on that list that happened, and then one that didn't happen. So it was like anything is possible. Like things can change.
Sure. Yes, and obviously they didn't announce Spider-Man, which we're going to get another Spider-Man. Sony will announce that, but I mean, the first movie we're getting next year, we'll start with that, is Black Widow. That was announced on the slate. That was May 1st, 2020. Confirmed. What's his name? Hopper is in that. David Harbour. David Harbour.
As a Russian named Alexei.
Yes.
Who's basically the Russian Captain America.
Yes. Which is hilarious because he was running around. Never mind. That's interesting. And Taskmaster will be the villain of Black Widow.
This movie just feels like it's too late.
I don't know.
Like, I can't. Does anyone really want to see a prequel now, right after everything that's happened?
I think this is going to be about. I mean, the Eternals. I think is going to happen before. I don't think it's going to happen during.
So we're just going to keep going backwards now.
No, because you're going to get Thor 4, and that is going to be a sequel
in like 4 years.
Thor 4 is
2021. November.
It's 2 years away. It's 2 years.
Okay.
Shang-Chi is going to be a sequel, I think.
No.
That's happening before?
Sequel? What are you talking about?
I mean, after Endgame.
Oh, after. Yeah, I think it's after.
Doctor Strange is after.
Okay.
So we're getting a bunch. I mean, it's just going to be the first 2, I think, are going to be the next year's a prequel year.
I just think a lot of the I don't know, you take a bit out of the Black Widow character with Endgame and then you make her movie afterwards. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't know. I can understand that point of view. I think that's kind of like the whole Solo, like, let's kill this character, spoiler alert, and then like make a movie about him.
Yeah.
I can see that. Like that, yeah, I can see that. But I think this will be a better movie.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a little worried on
anyone who watched Solo liked it.
I like Solo if it wasn't about Han Solo. If it was a different character, just new, it was fine. It was absolutely fine.
But I mean, that's the problem.
If it wasn't about him.
This is what Mike is arguing, though. Is like that this doesn't make sense to do now. So
yeah. Let's see. We have the Eternals, November 6th. What details did we get for that?
Every
we got the people who are playing the Eternals.
The cast. We got the cast. So we've got Salma Hayek as Ajax, Richard Madden as Icarus, Don Lee is going to be Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
There's an L on this. I'm missing an L. I thought it was Gilgamesh, but I only saw Gilgamesh, and I'm like, I don't want to screw that up.
Oh, maybe it is Gilgamesh. I thought it was Gilgamesh. I thought they were saying Gilgamesh on.
I thought it was Gilgamesh as well, but it says Gigamesh here. So Angelina Jolie is Athena. Just Athena, not Athena. Athena. It's not Athena. Athena.
So maybe it is Gigamesh because like all these names are all crazy.
Yeah. Yes, Brian Tyree Henry as Fastros. Go on. What are they? They're gods?
No, they're just like takes on names we've heard, and like they lose a letter.
Well, on IMDb, it is Gilgamesh.
Okay, so that's a typo.
And then that little kid who's playing Sprite, Leah McHugh.
Leah McHugh Sprite, which is not going to be obviously Millie Bobby Brown. That was a rumor that got thrown out there. Lauren Rindelof as Makari and Kamal Nanjiani as Kingo. Nanjiani is like the hot name right now. He's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. No, this one, it seems their strategy is is even more
jacked too, dude. That guy, he looked jacked.
He's a big. I mean, he's a big nerd. He's a big nerd. He wants to be in this like badly. So I'm happy for him.
Also, the Lauren Ridloff is actually deaf, so she's like playing the first deaf.
Oh, superhero. Cool. Okay, interesting. Marvel's going for this the first here. So yeah, this is going to be November of 2020. Which is awesome. And then they also are going to have the Disney Plus Falcon and Winter Soldier in fall of 2020 as well, which we're going to get the actual, Jesus, why are their names? Falcon and the actual Falcon and Winter Soldier actors.
Anthony
Mackie and
the other guy.
I just wrote his name because he's going to be in
Sebastian Stan.
He's going to be in Black Widow as well. Sebastian Stan will be in Black Widow as well. That's confirmed. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. So,
probably as Winter Soldier, which makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to get the Falcon and Winter Soldier there in 2020 on a Disney Plus. That's a TV show.
It's
a mini show.
Baron Zemo is going to be in that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's wearing the purple mask.
And then you should have seen Twitter must have lost their minds when Marvel had the unfilled blueprint up there of what they're going to announce, and it just said unannounced, and it's 2021 unannounced, and there was 7 things there, and then everybody's like, Marvel's going to release 7 movies in 2021, and then they realize it's a mix of their TV. It's still a lot of content. This is where I'm actually a little worried that this is oversaturation in 2021.
No, I was like, wow. When I was looking at this, I was like, wait. How many movies are there only going to be in the next 2 years? 4 movies? There's no way. It's going to be.
Yeah. It's going to be. Yeah. So, we got.
That's the thing is these tentpole announcements of the TV stuff. I find it not. I don't really count it right now. Even though it's with the actors and everything, it's not on that same level. It's all right, we're getting this Falcon and Winter Soldier.
What kind of content we get from Disney
Plus. But it's not, Black Widow and Eternals, I think is a lot bigger news than Falcon and Winter Soldier. We knew about that stuff.
A lot bigger budget. Yeah.
Right. We knew about it. So, I don't know. I do think we're going to get at least one more movie in 2021.
We've got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, this is interesting because they ended up throwing out his normal Fu Manchu, his father as the villain, threw that out, and they're actually bringing us the real Mandarin.
They can't because the Fu Manchu character's got some licenses issues and.
So, but I like that they're going to give us the real Mandarin finally,
which they've been hinting at for a while now.
Sure, I mean I think they had that little mini thing with Trevor, being afraid that he's getting hunted down by the real Mandarin. So that's going to introduce us to the real Mandarin, which could be a major villain in Marvel Universe going forward. It could be
being played by a very, very well known Chinese actor, Tony Liu, something like that.
Tony Leung.
Long, that's it.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm on my game pulling up this news. Look at that. I flipped right to it. So I don't usually do it that quickly. I'm pretty proud of myself. So we have that coming February 21st of 2021. So 21-21, 2/21/21. And then we have a bunch of TV shows mixed in before we get to the next movie. So we have Loki, which is Tom Hiddleston.
Right, and this is the Loki that got the cube and teleported himself out of the Endgame sequence there. So he's not the one which they were talking about. He's not the one that went through all that growth that we saw. He's going to still be pretty much an asshole.
Yes, which is good. It's old school Loki. I like it.
I mean, the last time we saw him, he's getting like pounded and beat up by the Hulk, essentially. Yeah.
And we get an interesting.
Still feels like going backwards to me. But whatever.
It's not going backwards. It's just giving us
literally going backwards.
This is going backwards, but I don't think
it's a new character. It's a different character. Let's see. We have WandaVision in spring of 2021. That's another one.
Which is after Endgame. So
yes.
This one is interesting because we'll find out how Vision comes to be, and they're saying how it's like there's definitely going to be some weird shit that goes on in this series, because this series will also the storyline for Scarlet Witch is also going to play into what the next movie is. And
well, that's what I'm saying.
5 movies, right? I guess there's 5 movies in this next phase.
Oh yeah, because I know she's in Doctor Strange, and that's next. If that's not before, that might be before WandaVision. It only says spring 2021 here.
No, they said that WandaVision storyline will play into how.
I know it will, but will it be affecting Doctor Strange? Because I thought
what we see in WandaVision will that character will see is like her growth in that series. We'll see how that affects her.
So it does happen before. That's what I'm saying. Like it could be after with how her character grows in Doctor Strange could be affected in WandaVision. Because that's what I'm saying. That's May 7th. It
was the other way. So.
Okay, May 7th, 2021. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. As we just said, that will star Benedict Cumberbatch and the Olsen girl as Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen. So that's
will be a horror movie.
Yes, and I think I would like to point out at this point in time, if I could just take a minute here and point out this point in time, Jim has made an accurate prediction stating that there's no way Doctor Strange will be by himself in the next movie. And there it is. As I said, they're going to pair him up. They're going to pair him up.
So you think this is a 1-to-1 thing, or this is like Black Widow in Winter Soldier level?
What do you mean? No, she's a hero. I
know.
She's going to be on the same level as Hulk was in Ragnarok.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's a partner movie. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
That's what's going to be going forward. A lot of times, it's going to be based on look at this next one. As we get into the next set,
Valkyrie, you could say as much as Valkyrie. I don't know. She's going to be in a significant amount of time, I think.
Yeah. We got Thor in November 5th.
Just moving on, to go back, and Nightmares apparently is going to be the villain in that movie.
That I missed. I didn't miss that. Okay, cool. Thor: Love and Thunder. That's November 5th, and I'm actually psyched because the cool thing about this is they brought Natalie Portman back on stage. Now, Mike, I do see your point.
Jumping the gun a little bit there. That was the biggest thing I got. So I mean, I was pretty excited to see them talk about it and reveal the name of it and speculate what the fuck is Love and Thunder.
It looked like
what's going on here?
80s style without a doubt.
And then they were like, oh yeah, this is going to be influenced heavily by the Mighty Thor comic line. And if you guys, as soon as people heard that, they knew what that meant. So Natalie Portman is back.
Natalie Portman is back, and that was the big thing that brought her out on stage, and she was holding the hammer. So she's going to be playing a Thor in this movie.
Right, because in the Mighty Thor comic book, that storyline, Thor gives up the title because he's no longer worthy, and basically Jane Foster, who has breast cancer and is dying, picks up the mantle of Thor, and it basically wipes out everything that her cancer and her treatment for it and stuff. And so when she's Thor, she's good, but then when she's not Thor, she reverts back to the state of being a very sickly person, which is interesting. So it's going to be, and they were saying how there's going to be some heartstrings to pluck there. So
Valkyrie was confirmed for this movie as well.
I like the they were asking her, what does Valkyrie do now that she's king of Asgard? And she's like, well, the king's got to find her queen. Then they had the Love and Thunder up there. So there's a lot of it looks like Thor and Valkyrie might have a thing going on here, but then they bring out Jane Foster and Natalie Portman. So be interesting.
So it's going to be
because the other thing was they gave her Mjolnir and not Stormbreaker.
Well, that's why I was telling Mike he's going to have Stormbreaker, and that that's his thing, and now she'll have Mjolnir because we'll have both.
Mjolnir doesn't exist in the in-game universe.
What? It still does now.
No,
it does.
doesn't.
They returned it?
They returned it so it could get destroyed.
I didn't know they returned it. I thought they kept it there.
No, they had to return it. That was one of the things that had to happen.
No.
Oh God! You don't think. I mean, I'm done trying to figure it out. It's just stupid.
I mean,
honestly,
they had to return the stones. They had to return
but,
the stones.
Yeah, but they had to return Thor's.
They didn't have to return anything. Captain America didn't return.
No, he didn't.
So, let's see.
Well, he did. I mean, in the game, you
Here's
see him bring the hammer with him. So
here's the thing about that. Like, I was surprised about them bringing back Natalie Portman for the reason that she expressed a lot of disinterest in the universe in the past.
Well, I think that also was because they told her she would be a very strong female character, and then she basically was not a strong female character, just a damsel in distress the whole time. And I think
she's happy with what they're.
I mean, she was there like as like the lead scientist, like in those movies. She also wasn't good in these movies. Like, I like Natalie Portman, but I don't know if
I thought she was good in the first movie. I thought she was bad in the second.
I think one of the funny, I read a comment on the articles about this, and kind of basically accurately describes your feelings, Mike. It's like, I like to look at her, but I don't like to watch her, like her acting and stuff. It's like, yeah, she's got a pretty face, but
I mean, like there's things that like I thought she was good in. Like, I loved her in V for Vendetta, but
excellent in that.
Like, I don't know. She just seemed uninterested in this whole universe. I don't know.
I think that was the problem that she had, is that she wasn't given anything to really do, like to make her character like exciting or interesting to.
Yeah, she clearly wasn't excited to play the character. The second movie was more telling for that. So, you know,
well, I think she came back because she thought that maybe that they were going to expand her role to be more important, and they're like, oh yeah, you're going to be so central to this story. Oh yeah, we're going to shove this red goo into you, and that's why it's important. Like, that's all you're going to be doing, is basically being a host for the Infinity Stone that people are using as this MacGuffin. Yeah, and then I think that kind of like just, you know,
that could have
pissed her off a little bit. Yeah.
So,
but I mean, now that you're given the chance to play Thor, you know, and that's the other thing too, is like, this movie's called Thor: Love and Thunder, but she's going to be Thor in this movie. So like, and we know that he's with the Guardians.
But is she going to be Thor the whole movie, or are we going to get that transition during the movie?
No, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, how much Chris Hemsworth Thor do we even get in this movie?
I mean, I could see her being for the entire movie, and then maybe at the end of the movie is her. Does she pass away in the comics?
She does, but then
because I can see that happening. Okay.
By Odin.
I can see that happening
in the comics.
In this
Thor goes by Odinson in the comics once she dies, or once she takes over.
What better way to bring an actress back to say, listen, we're going to give you the main role as Thor, and then you also die at the end of this movie, so you don't have to worry about being committed to multiple movies.
There's a storyline where you come back.
Yes, but you could come back if you want to come back. Yes.
Because Odin resurrects her, and spoilers obviously, because this is a comic book if you haven't read it. So and this is they're saying they're taking a lot of influences. So not everything from the comic may be in this movie, but so we could see that. So
we're also getting Disney Plus stuff in between here. We're getting a What If in summer of 2021, animated, and all of the actors are coming to voice their characters in this. Does that include Robert Downey Jr.?
I think they had a picture of everybody.
I saw him on there.
About that. We'll see them.
But it looks like they're trying to get everybody for this. It's a what if,
baby.
So what if things didn't happen the way they're supposed to? So it could be interesting.
The rumored first episode is going to be, what if Peggy Carter got the super serum instead of
cool. Instead of Steve
Rogers.
Yeah. Hawkeye, fall 2021.
And this one, I like the comic, the Kate Bishop comic that they did. So I'm excited to see them do this, because the logo, I was like, oh, the logo's that Kate Bishop's kind of look. So I like that, and so I'm excited for this too. I like that they are doing these mini series and that they are tying into the universe and are canon. I do like that, and it gives you a reason to give the Disney overlords more of your money with the Disney Plus. But I think all the stuff that's coming is going to probably be worth it in the end.
I mean, we get more teases now from Feige as well. He had so much fun at this event. I really want to see them at New York Comic Con, like, so badly, because that's like, I don't know. I just feel like that's the home. That's where they started, and it was weird to have S.H.I.E.L.D. in San Diego. But anyways, so he also said that there's no time left to talk about mutants and how mutants will fit in the MCU at this time.
Right. We started with Fantastic Four.
He did say, I was going to go back. Let me just, I was giving you
he was like,
yeah,
there's a lot of rumors going around and we didn't have time for.
There's not enough time left to talk about,
Captain
Guardians,
Marvel, Black Panther. So Black Panther 2 knew was happening. Captain Marvel 2 we know was happening. Guardians 3 we know was happening. We didn't have time to talk about Fantastic Four.
Which, again, I would like to point out another Jim prediction last week was Fantastic Four, which is happening. It will be the first of the Fox acquisitions to come out. And it will be Phase 4. It will be. So
you say it's going to be in 2021.
I not
2022 is Phase 5.
Is it confirmed 2022 Phase 5?
That's the thing with these phases. The phases were broken up by Avengers main movie.
There's no Avengers movie this time around. That's
it's whenever they feel like Phase 4 ends, it ends.
According to the timeline, Phase 4 is late 2020 and 2021. That's according to this timeline that they laid out. So if you say it's Phase 4, I would say it'd have to be in this timeline.
Obviously, they're gonna be teased way before that, though. They're gonna be in an end credit somewhere.
I think so, too.
Yeah. But so that'll be a Phase 5. Let's say it's Phase 5. That's way out. They haven't even done casting yet. However, we have the big announcement that they're doing Blade. And Wesley Snipes is not coming back. But I did like
I wouldn't want him to come back.
No, I know. Mashallah Ali.
He's
Cottonmouth?
Yep.
Huh?
Cottonmouth?
Yes.
Cottonmouth.
He's so good. Like, he's great. I gave
you
you
hilarious. They just use that as like he died, but he didn't die.
Yeah.
He got bit by a vampire.
But,
no, I like him. I like him as an actor. I think he did a great job in.
It was a great casting.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic as an actor. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do as.
He's got that Wesley Snipes kind of look to him too. I think.
Yeah, I think he does a little bit. So you have that look. Like Wesley Snipes really embodied that character back in the day, but he is really too old now. I mean, odds are he's making a cameo in this movie, but they have to. You have to. Yeah, I don't know what kind of trouble he's in.
They might be begging for a cameo.
I don't know what kind of trouble he's into taxes right now, but I know that they're going to try to get him in this movie. So that is going to be the more like that'll happen very quickly too. That'll be in 2022 as well.
You think 2022?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Fantastic Four and Blade are 2022. There's no question in my mind. No question. We get Black Panther as well. I think we get that in 2022, and I think they might do 4. We might get Captain Marvel in that year too.
Something's got to go to 2023, and I think. I mean, it's hard to put Captain Marvel on the bench for that long because of how successful she is. But then same thing with Black Panther. How can you put that on the bench for that long?
But what about Guardians 3?
Right, and then what about the implications?
At least we have some reasons why Guardians 3 might take a little longer.
And but I'm saying there is definitely going to be more movies within the next 2 years that they did not show us on that timeline.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I thought Fantastic Four would be in there somewhere.
I can't imagine it. I think Guardians is further back than we think because of the whole. I think Guardians is going to be 2023, honestly, because Suicide Squad's coming out in 2021, which James Gunn is directing.
It could be the following year. It's not.
It could be. I'm just saying that.
Can you really let me just either way?
Let's they're timing things.
Let's look at this right now. Either way, Black Panther, one of the most successful movies that they've done financially, whatsoever. They're really going to wait. When did that come out? 2018? They're going to wait 5 years to bring out the sequel?
No, that's what I'm saying. That it doesn't make sense. I mean, that's why it's going to be stuff that's slotted in because they think that with their last timeline, like I said, there were 3 movies that they didn't have on that timeline that came out.
Do you think we get something else in 2020?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Because that's the empty slot. I mean, there's one extra slot there they could do. Mm-hmm. So that's something right there. D23 is going to be pretty big, I think. I think they're going to have some.
I think they like Black Panther in the February slot, though. So I think that's
too soon. Yeah, that's too soon for that. Yeah.
So I do think that's going to be 2022 February.
See, but that's 4 years. I mean, that's ideally it's a 3-year you want to do, but 4 years. I mean, you have other content.
But they have so much stuff, and you can slot them into other things if you want.
Also, you can make cameos in like you said, you can be in other things. So, I don't know. I just feel like it's weird that they're
That they might be in there, like you said. They might just not announce them because they felt like they don't need to announce them. And
right, and that was basically where I was going with that. Is like they want to get out the
new
the stuff that hasn't really been talked about much, and because nothing on here really except for Thor and Doctor Strange is a sequel, right? Everything's kind of it's no new entity.
I mean, do you think maybe we start seeing a Marvel movie every 2 months? The properties that
it already feels like that.
I think 3 movies a year is good. Like
but there's the problem. There's the problem with content now. They have too much.
Well, that's also why you're getting these buddy movies. That's why you're getting Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you're not getting Captain Marvel and you're not getting Black Panther, the 2 big properties they want to actually bring back out, and you're not getting that. And
I think they're not worried about losing those fan bases that much either, because they figure people will show up whenever they release those.
Oh, maybe they sell themselves essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
And then also Spider-Man too. I mean, do you wait till 2023 for Spider-Man?
No, that's going to be announced. That's another thing. Like, is that going to be 2021? Like, Jesus, that'll be that should be.
I think 2022 at the earliest as we get Spider-Man.
It's usually, I guess.
But at the same time, I would like to see it in a couple of years. I would love to see Spider-Man back 2 years.
Did that cross $1 billion yet?
I think you're going to have to change your expectations of 3. It's going to have to be 4 movies a year, Corey. I think you're going to have to change these expectations.
I think there probably will be 4 movies, and that's why I'm saying I do think there's going to be a lot of stuff that's not on that list that's going to be coming up.
Yeah. So.
Right. But with the Disney Plus stuff, though, it's also going to feel like a lot more.
It's going to be. That's what I'm saying. Is that oversaturation? So we'll see.
You may not necessarily see 4 every year. You may see 3 one year and then 4 another year.
Yeah. So.
And it depends on what they're going to do. Is like, are they going to make like Mandarin the big bad?
It could be introducing the big bad there.
The 10 Rings could be a big bad, like not necessarily like a Thanos big bad, but like a small story arc where it brings people together. You're gonna have because what it looks like to me is they're building a new Avengers group here with these movies, essentially.
Yeah, that's true. It seems like they might be. So, I have no idea how the Eternals is going to tie into this whole thing. I don't know any of that story whatsoever. Yeah. So, but it happens like thousands of years before, doesn't it?
Well, the Celestials make the Eternals to defend Earth as it's being created. So who knows? I do think that they'll have stuff in the past and stuff in the future. I don't think this is going to be an all-in-one shot here at one time.
All right. Where we got here? Let's see. That's it. I think that's it. So yeah, that's Comic-Con in a nutshell. That's a lot of stuff. I think that's gonna wrap up this episode though. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us podcast@allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, All You Can Geek. Like us on Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Tune in next week. Maybe we'll have more information as the post stuff happens on this fallout from this. So we'll see you guys then. And spoiler cast for Stranger Things next week too. Thanks.